somehow, some way, the West Virginia Mountaineers of the Big 12 were left out of the picture, while the North Carolina Tar Heels, a team that everyone thought was as good as done, was invited into the big dance. That shocked our conference. It shocked West Virginia. And now they're trying to take action, okay? Like at a big level here, okay? The governor of West Virginia, Patrick Morrisey, is not happy. He held this press conference yesterday, and he had on the podium, it said NCAA, National Corrupt Athletic Association. And this is from Yahoo. He announced that he asked State Attorney General John McCuskey to open an investigation into the NCAA selection committee to find out whether any backdoor deals were made. And he had a statement: West Virginia deserved to be in the NCAA tournament. This is a miscarriage of justice and robbery at the highest level. And honestly, he's not wrong. This is absolutely ridiculous that Carolina gets in and West Virginia does not. You just look at the resume. I was waiting for it to come along. I thought Baylor was going to be the lowest seeded NCAA team, and it wasn't that way. And you look at West Virginia, their resume, 4 top 10 wins on the year, 4 of them, 6 quad 1 wins, and no quad 3 or 4 losses on the season. North Carolina, very publicly made aware, 1-12 in quad 1 games, 2 losses against non-tournament teams, and a quad 3 loss on there. That's incredible that they get in over West Virginia. It literally does not make any sense. And Jerry Palm of CBS Sports had my favorite quote about it. He said, "Look, I've been doing NCAA tournament bracket projections for a very long time. There has never been an at-large candidate that is so thoroughly proven it was not an NCAA tournament team, yet still gets into the field." Unthinkable. And West Virginia's just sitting at home with their arms up, and they're being told that the injuries played a factor here. Really, the injuries. Tucker DeVries, who was going to be their best player coming into this year, coach's son. That injury that he got in December, where almost all of these signature things, the quad 1 wins, the top 10 wins, happened after he got hurt, and you're going to keep them out because of that? This doesn't make any sense. The only thing that can start to make sense of this situation is why the governor of West Virginia is on board with an investigation. Because as we all know now, the chair of the committee is Bubba Cunningham, who, miraculously not in the SEC with the name Bubba, is the athletic director at, yeah, you guessed it, the University of North Carolina. Now, there are all kinds of rules in place to make sure something like this doesn't happen, where there's not this incredible bias in the room. But let's be honest here. North Carolina is one of the biggest brands in college basketball. And everyone in America saw what they did Saturday night against Duke, or Friday night against Duke, and how close they got it, and that gut-wrenching lane violation at the end of the game. And I think that put just enough of a seed in the committee that they thought, this is very close to a tournament team. Let's get them in there. And it does sound corrupt, because there is absolutely zero reason that West Virginia shouldn't have been an NCAA tournament team, full stop. And there's double zero reason that North Carolina could get in over them. Like, I mean, everyone else was saying, like, Texas does get in the play-in, but like Ohio State, like that should be a team in over North Carolina. And where is West Virginia falling into this with 19 wins on a Big 12 schedule? One of the great stories of the year in college basketball, from where they were last year to where they were in 2025, where they are in 2025. And you're going to tell them that because their second best player when it was all said and done, you're going to tell them that their best player going down in December keeps them out of the NCAA tournament in March. Baffling. Like, absolutely unthinkable. And I know they lost to Colorado in the Big 12 tournament. You know who else lost to Colorado? Baylor did, with the same amount of wins as West Virginia. Baylor's in the tournament as a 9 seed. West Virginia's not in at all. This could have very easily happened to Baylor. That's why I think you Bears fans, like, we need to stand with West Virginia here. I'm all in for the legal action. This is a disgrace to this great tournament that's supposed to be helping out the Cinderella, the little guy. And I'm not saying West Virginia's, George Mason of 06. They're a decent brand themselves. But it's not supposed to just prop up schools like North Carolina. And the fact that they have done that, it's honestly gross. It's a disgrace. It's sickening. It takes away all the good things that we like about this tournament. North Carolina did not earn their way into this thing. West Virginia did. Against all odds, they did. This was a team that would have forfeited the season last year if they could have. And they go and they get Javon Small. He was probably the most valuable player in the entire conference this year. They pick themselves up by the bootstraps when Tucker DeVries goes out. And they made an NCAA tournament resume. The selection committee just didn't see it. It's gross, man. And for all those people who were like, oh my gosh, I'm going to feel so bad for that Carolina player who had the lane violation to keep them out of the tournament. Oh, now we won't have to. How about feeling for Tucker DeVries here? What's the kid supposed to do? He gets hurt. And his team rallies. And then you're going to tell them that they're not in the tournament because of him? That's heartbreaking, man. The guy who made the lane violation actually did something. He broke a rule. All Tucker DeVries did was get hurt. And that keeps his team out of the tournament 3 months later. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And we should be standing with West Virginia. All those of us, not just Baylor, who it could have well have happened to, not just Big 12, college basketball fans should be standing with West Virginia. Because who knows which one of us is next? It could be you or me next year that puts together an NCAA tournament resume, but they think, we want Indiana in there instead. We want UCLA in there instead. We want Michigan State. Because who knows what they're going to do next. It's an absolute joke. It's a disgrace. Disgrace to this committee, to this tournament, to this sport. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm beside myself with it. I honestly, I feel for all the West Virginia people. I feel for Mountaineer Paul. I feel for the ghost of Jerry West. I feel for all these people, man. Feel bad for Keefe. Well, you guys don't know. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Most of you watching are not subscribed to the channel. We've got Baylor sports news for you every day of the week, and it's going to get even crazier with March Madness. So ring that notification bell to get notified every time we are going live. And we will see you later on your favorite show, Locked On Baylor.